It was surprising watching the Suge episode because so many things that he said on the show about the truth coming out is what you've been saying for years. It was like, some of the relationships he was saying that was had, it almost seemed unbelievable, but it's like this is what Jag been saying for so many
I
years.
don't
He's
fuck
been
with Suge.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't fuck with Suge at all. I don't like the way he treated Miss Chalet.
Hmm.
She my friend.
Hmm.
Still, I love her. And the way he played in her face, he'll never get my respect.
Why do you think he's coming out telling these things
He
now?
ain't got shit to lose, and he's finally realizing that these motherfuckers was planning to line his ass up all along.
Hmm.
Wow.
Smartest thing for him to do is talk. He knows where all the bodies are buried. I just don't understand why he's still lying about Reggie White.
I haven't really heard Shook say too much about Reggie. There's so many topics that he touches, and it seems like the time is so limited to get as much content in each episode. Um, what do you think he's being dishonest about when it comes to Reggie?
I don't think he's being dishonest. I think he's just being a good accomplice.
Mm, mm.
An accomplice to
Reggie,
big.
you should stop threatening people on camera. And you should stop threatening Keefe D.
Mm.
Speaking about Keefe D, he said that if he's going to be locked up for Tupac murder, then Reggie need to be locked up for Biggie's murder. How do you feel about that?
I feel like Reggie's a bad boy.
Mm.
What I find funny is that he really thinks that no one is ever going to point a finger at him. Fuck you, Reggie. Leave Keefe D alone. Because for whatever reasons, in my bones, I just believe that you had something to do with what happened to Keefe D in that jail.
Something happened to Keefe D since he's been.
Keefe D was beaten, badly
Oh,
beaten, just a few days before Christmas, right here in Las Vegas County Jail.
oh.
Mm.
We
That's
heard
why he was
rumors.
able to get bond. He was released on bond for $750,000. He's at home on house arrest. Shout out to his son and his wife.
When did he postpone?
It's been about 3 weeks now.
Yeah, okay.
They kept
Well, you
that
guys
really
know I'm on the
quiet.
press corps. I'm on the press corps. I'm a special correspondent for BB Films for the Keefe D murder trial.
So you are going to have front row seat when the trial begins.
One of the few people in the room. Yeah.
I believe that this is going to be one of the biggest trials of the O.J. Simpson
They're
trial was
saying it's going to
huge.
be bigger than OJ's trial.
Yes, that's what they are
And they're going
saying.
through security measures right now. It's going to be tense.
It's going to be extremely tense. I think a lot of the witnesses that are going to be called are going to plead the fifth.
Do you believe they are going to eventually, since they got Keefe D, do you think they're going to go after whoever really killed Biggie Smalls?
They're going to have no choice. They are linked.
Mm. Well, that's what Suge said. He said that if you catch the people that killed Tupac, you'll catch the people that killed Biggie.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Okay, very interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on Katt? I know Katt. I actually enjoyed
I'm biased. I love Cat. Still,
still. I think
he will
Katt
always be
was
one of the great
definitely
loves
a
of my
fresh
life.
glass of water that kind of turned the internet on its head for almost a month. But I found him to be very authentic in what he was sharing.
He was. I was with Cat when the Illuminati first turned on him.
Mm,
It was a very difficult time.
mm,
That fucking Flavor Flav roast. That's where it all started. See, Micah refused, and when I say Micah, I mean Cat Williams. He refused to humiliate Flavor Flav for the roast on Comedy Central. He agreed to rewrite, him and his entire team rewrite the jokes, make it funny. You know, they would make it a roast, but he wasn't going to treat a black man like a nigga
mm,
for the purposes of views.
mm.
Um, Cat went back and forth with him for days. I was there at the house in Marino Del Rey. It was tense. He was wearing Kevlar every day. Guns were everywhere in the house. Um, Preparing for infiltration.
We had Dr.
Threatened the day he threatened to beat the shit out of the CEO of Comedy Central. We all knew it was about to get rough.
Whoa.
Mm,
He refused. And then the next thing you know, they were filming the next day and Snoop took his place and did all of the terrible, nasty, ignorant jokes that Cat refused to do. And that was the first moment that I realized Snoop was compromised.
mm.
I
Snoop
really
is
don't know how Snoop
compromised.
is going to get out of this.
And pertaining to the trial that's coming up,
And pertaining to Tupac, yeah.
mm. That's definitely something Suge hinted at as well.
Suge has every right to say so. He paid everybody that he needed to pay to get Snoop off of that murder rap.
Mm.
Paid witnesses. He took care
I
of.
think Suge said it came to the sum of almost $14 million when everything was said and done to
Guess
keep
what?
Snoop free.
He made a huge mistake because if Snoop was willing to be a part of lining up Tupac so that he could be the number one artist on Death Row, why wouldn't that let Suge know that he'd be willing to do the same to him? It's so funny. These guys, they sit there and they do all this dirt with motherfuckers and they think that they're real friends because they let them make it, but refuse to acknowledge the fact that if they were willing to cause harm to another person for financial gain with you, what makes you think that they wouldn't do it to you? That's their character. That's who they are. Nobody wants to believe that their homie is gonna, but like Kat always said, if you want to know who your greatest hater is, look next to you.
That is very true in so
You can
many
look at all of the
ways.
pictures from the award ceremonies of Snoop standing next to Tupac. They look downright creepy now.
Cryptic.
Mm,
Almost as cryptic as that picture inside the BMW.
yeah. People should take a closer look at that picture.
Which one? At the award show or in the BMW? The shooting.
You know, I don't live that far from the strip. I ride by Flamingo and Cobalt all the time now.
Bigga and I did when we were in Vegas, just so we can have actual visual of what the strip looked like and what it would have looked like the night of a Mike Tyson fight.
You can still feel something wrong, you know? And what's so interesting is no witnesses ever came forward and heard the shots.
Yeah, how was that possible?
Right like that. The strip was packed. It was a Tyson fight.
Yeah,
It was packed the night we
it
were
was
out
packed when
there,
we was
and
out
that was
there.
just an average
How the
Saturday
hell did a
night.
shooting like that happen and nobody heard it?
Absolutely. That was the first thing we kept looking at, being there in person.
When you go back to the fight that happened inside the casino, and then you draw the timeline to when the shooting allegedly happened at Flamingo and Cobalt, nobody can give an account of what happened in those few hours. Matter of fact, no one even talks about it. How did they get from the fight at the hotel to the shooting at Flamingo and Cobalt? And nobody remembers seeing anyone. No one remembers anyone pulling off, jumping in the cars, nothing. Nobody heard any shots, nothing. Interesting, wouldn't you say?
Well, that is why this is going to be definitely the trial of our generation. The
You know,
golden
the one
age, as
question
you
that
said.
nobody's bothered to ask with so many holes and so much missing data, intel, and evidence and surveillance footage. What if Tupac didn't get shot at Flamingo and Cobalt? What if he was shot somewhere else and then placed in that car?
Now, that is the first time I've heard that theory.